Hello, and thanks for joining us in another video from Irwindale Public Library, where we will be doing 2 Thanksgiving-inspired food activities, including edible frosting Play-Doh and homemade butter. And we'll start with our frosting Play-Doh. So for this one, you will need 1 cup of frosting and 2 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. Optionally, you can also add some food coloring. First, I will measure out my powdered sugar, my 2 3/4 cup. And then I'm going to add my 1 cup of frosting. Then we're just going to start mixing it. And I'll start with my wooden spoon, but after I've mixed it pretty well here, I'm going to move on and I'm actually going to start kneading it like dough with my hands. And when it's all the way mixed, you should have a nice squishy lump. It should feel pretty close to Play-Doh. If it's too moist, go ahead and add some more powdered sugar. And I'm going to add some food coloring just to give it some more color. You don't have to do this, but it's nice. I'm going to make mine a light purple color. It's fun to play with and easy to make different shapes with. Here I made a little snowman. And this Play-Doh is safe to eat, although it is very sweet, so maybe don't eat so much of it. And you can also store it, just put it in an airtight container. It doesn't have to be refrigerated, and you probably don't want to store it beyond 1 week. And let's see how to make our homemade butter. So for this one, you will need heavy cream, or also called heavy whipping cream, a jar or a blender, salt, and water. And there's 2 different methods, and we'll start with our first one. So take your heavy cream and put it in a jar and tighten the lid. And then you're actually just going to shake this jar for about 15 to 20 minutes. So this is actually pretty tiring, and I tried to do this method, but after about 5 minutes, my arms were dying. So if you do want to do it this way, after you have shaken your jar, you will notice that the butter will become more solid, and then you can strain out the liquid, which is the buttermilk. And then you want to add some water and strain that out again. And then you can mix, and then you'll have your butter. It is a little similar. I'll show you the blender method. So we are going to do those steps next with the blender, but it's going to be a lot faster as well. Here's the heavy cream in the blender, and I'm just going to blend it. So I blended this for about a few minutes, and then I'm going to check it. It's too smooth, so I blend it again. And this time, after a few more minutes, you see how it's lumpy. And then we're going to strain out the buttermilk here, just like we would do for the jar method. And after we're done straining, we're actually going to go ahead and put this back in the blender. Again, add some water. You don't need to really measure it. Blend it again. And then we're going to strain it again. And then we're actually going to put it back in the blender another time, because we're going to add our salt and just a little bit of salt. And it is done at this point, so now we can mix it and put it in our jar. And I put mine on some toast, and I have to say it does taste really yummy, so I recommend try this. And that's it. Thanks for watching. We hope that we'll see you next time.